Chapter 11 Spirit Hunting Pirate Black. Hell, abyss, that's not a good place. But it does conform to the traditional concept of hell, and it is a very vivid interpretation of it, in which the souls of sinners will suffer eternal horrific torture. It is a pity, however, that the souls of good people will suffer the same treatment. Even more regrettable. In the magical place of Azeroth, there is also a heaven opposite to hell. The problem is that only the bravest warriors among the mortals are eligible to enter the Hall of Valor that Odin personally built after death. It only accepts pure warriors. No matter how powerful the souls of other professions are, they are not qualified to enter there. So in general, Azeroth is not a place for dead people to play. There are too many strange things here. In this world, death is just the beginning of another journey. This is not an emotional description. On the reef coast, in the wet, uncomfortable, and very cold foggy Hablin, the soul-inducing person more than 3 meters tall, was placing his left hand as pale as a dead man on Blake's forehead. The power belonging to the hell, through the hand of the soul-inducing person, was continuously injected into Blake's body, and the curse of the Eye of Paul's was eliminated little by little. At the same time, in Hablin's words, bless Black again. However, character Carrie's entry says otherwise. Death is infused. At the top of the translucent character card, there is a line of text that appears suddenly, like a reminder in the game running group, and the entries are also changing rapidly. Character card, Derek Proudmore, Blakeshaw. Information, Kultira's human, 19 years old. Status, mortal body. Infusion of death divinity. Curse of hell is being generated. Well, I'm a genius. Blake endured waves of magic tumbling like a cold ocean tide, and complained in his heart. The way I lift a curse is to replace it with another more powerful curse. The power of Hela is really evil, and blessing a person can even be regarded as a curse. She is indeed a crazy woman who cannot be regarded as common sense. The next moment, the fog in front of him suddenly changed, as if some kind of phantom was reflected in the vision. He saw a group of savage, 3-meter-tall Vrykul, wearing rough leather armor, armed with savage swords and warships, shouting and stepping on the dragon-headed boat. They set off from under a magnificent and ancient castle, sailed along the river into the frozen sea, and attacked all the creatures they encountered on the sea. Simple and honest walrus, naga, murloc. After eluding, bloodbath the enemy, set the ships ablaze, and swept into the coastline, plundering the coastal villages. They slaughtered in the snow and roared. On the barren glaciers and snowfields, they fought with mammoths more than 7 meters high, like ancient humans hunting mammoths, and brutally slaughtered the village of wolverines, robbing the candles and treasures of kobolds. Even dragons. Those young dragons flew across the sky, were shot down by half-giants with harpoon cannons, besieged on the ground by valiant Vrykul, and finally died in a pool of blood. And those Nerubas that are as weird as spiders. Their mysterious and rich underground kingdoms also did not escape the greedy sweep of these Vrykul people. Pieces of ancient relics were snatched away, and the Nerubian spellcasters fell under the unparalleled assault of the Vrykul people. In the end, these warmongers took all the treasures they plundered, and drove into the river along the way they came. To the cheers of countless women and children, they returned like the most glorious warriors. They distributed the plundered treasures equally to everyone in the tribe, and then dedicated the best and most gorgeous ones to the elders of the tribe, and burned the luxury goods on a specific day. Sacrifice to the god of war and Odin the patron. Sacrifice to death and Hela the receiver. Them. Is a pirate. The first pirates of the entire world of Azeroth. Plundering is their life, plundering is their power, that is the power that flows in the blood of the ancient Vrykul. This savage power has also passed over time, the race has degenerated, and it has been passed on to the current human bloodline. Now, it is activated by the power of hell. You are from Kultiras, the oceanic kingdom of mankind, you were born in the waves of the sea, and you also gained blessing and strength in that wave. I will show it to you. Take it. Spirit hunter Drake Proudmoore, this is your future life. Roam the sea, loot for a living. In Hablan's deep and murky voice, his character card changed again, and the ranks of the 15th level Navigator and the 13th level Rogue were merged together. A new class was created that made Blake's eyes twitch, and the panel of the entire character card also took on a new look. Character card, Derek Proudmoore, Blake Shaw. Information, Kultira's human, 19 years old. Status, mortal body. Curse of Hell, 239 hours and 55 minutes remaining. Class, level 14 pirate/empty/empty. Legendary class, none. Mythic class, none. Titles, Prince of Kultira's, Spirit Hunter. Equipment, Magic Weave Bag, Tide Charm, Werther's Third Leg, Monkey Murloc Short Sword, Monkey Murloc Table Knife, Jungle Bracers. Talents, Old Seal, Shadow Affinity, Intermediate, Shadow Walk, Looting for a Living, Drunkard, Proudmoore Bloodline, Seal of Hate. Skill. Kultiran Military Swordsmanship, Mastery. Pirate Fighting, Elementary. Deadly Throw, Proficient. Fist of the Tides, Mastery. Stealth, Proficient. Navigation, Proficient. Stealing, Elementary. Jumping Grappling Hook, Beginner. This. Blake didn't say anything good for a while. Although he has played the Madman Thief designed with pirates as the prototype in the game, he really did not expect that in this real world, pirates can really become a profession. And although the name is very ugly, and there are negative traits such as alcoholic, the panel of this pirate class is really quite good. It gave him several more active skills at once, and 3 passive talents, and even the Shadow Affinity was upgraded to the intermediate level under the infusion of the power of Hell. Could this be the legendary hidden occupation? Unfortunately, his question is destined to be unanswered. Hablan the Soul Inducer is very busy and has no time to explain the power branches of these shadows to this little brother who has just joined them. After finishing the curse removal and throwing an unknown hell curse on Blake, he disappeared into the thick fog with the polluted Eye of Pauls. Blake, who was holding the soul-inducing lamp, looked to the sea, and the cool and evil keel battleship Nagfar that plundered the soul had also dived into the abyss and disappeared. The remaining fog was quickly dispelled by the sea breeze and sunlight. The reef coast was restored to its original tranquility, and as the sun shone on Blake, the warmth of the long absence made Blake take a deep breath at this moment. He felt the joy of breathing again. I felt the fresh senses of being a living person again, and I smelled those good smells, those. It's disgusting. The return of smell doesn't seem like a good thing either. In the next instant, Blake retched from the stench from his body. Well, he has been walking in the swamp and deep sea all this time, and he has no time for personal hygiene. But this stench was unexpectedly in line with the profession of pirates. Pirates, after all, just like that, sloppy. Take a shower first, then go to the wetlands. Why go to the wetlands? While taking off his clothes, Blake suddenly had a very wonderful idea in his mind. He glanced at the soul-inducing lamp that was placed at his feet, shining with an ominous light, and then glanced at the sky. A young dragon can't be more powerful than Gila, right? Even the bronze dragon is the same. If you can find a way to kill it, you can use the soul lamp to restrain the soul of the nosy young dragon. Even dragons have souls. Then sell it to Gila, use it for something good, and solve a trouble easily. The new pirates were naked and thin as ribs in the slapping tide, and they plunged into the sea with their little murlocs, and began to do personal hygiene work in detail. After the undead curse was removed, he finally had time to be on the water and take a look at his face. The results were disappointing. The curse of the undead solidifies his flesh and blood into a state of thinness like a mummified corpse, which will be removed, and the body will take time to recover, which will not see Prince Drake's face as handsome as it should be. He is Dalene's son. His sister Jaina will become a famous beauty in the whole of Azeroth in 10 years, and even the blue dragon can't resist the beauty of the sea girl. It stands to reason that Prince Drake can't be ugly. It's a pity that the burns from the dragon fire have destroyed the handsomeness of this face. The face now reflected on the water can make children cry. Blake was about to cry at his own ugliness. The good news is that his bald head is estimated to be able to grow hair. The bad news is that although the wound has begun to scab over, if he wants to recover from this injury, it is estimated that he will have to seek help from a powerful priest. After all, it is the dragon fire, and it is almost impossible to heal itself. However, the future is bright. Ah, it's so comfortable, the sea breeze, the sun, the water. Blake was lying on the beach, stretching his body, allowing himself to be disinfected by the sun. The health bar on the character card, which was stuck at 70% and could not be recovered, also began to rise naturally. The cursed weakness was removed, and the new pirates immediately felt a return of strength. He now feels like he can kill a cow with one punch. It must be an illusion. After all, the warrior rank is gone, and strength is no longer his strong point. In the future, what he should pursue is agility, drawing a sword in the dark, and stabbing with blood. In literary terms, killing a person in 10 steps, without leaving 1,000 miles. Or, from then on, he escaped into the shadows and walked on a lonely road. Darkness was his warhorse, blood was his cloak, and wherever he went, only death and silly little murlocs took him with him. I like the feeling of being alive. Blake put his hand over his chest, he could feel his heartbeat, which reassured him. Let's go. After 10 minutes of relaxation, the new pirate put on his washed clean clothes again, and resumed that damn mix and match style. He looked up and down at his bad appearance, and waved to the little fish man who was still playing in the water behind him. Say. It's not far from the dwarf's Dangarok fortress, let's go there to kill a few orcs, prove our ability to heala, and by the way, find the dwarf to change into a decent set of clothes. What are you holding in your hand? Blake glanced back and saw the little murloc croaking, running over with a big clam found from the water, and handing it to the new pirate like a treasure. And the soul hunter of the hell squatted down and used a dagger to avoid the big clams. A golden light floated before his eyes. In the clam shell, there is a round pearl as beautiful as gold, which is a real top grade at first glance. Cool. Golden pearl, good stuff. Black whistled, took off the golden pearl, threw it into the magic bag, took out a large piece of jerky, stuffed it into the little murloc's arms, and held the croaking little murloc in his arms. At such a young age, he knew that he would hunt for treasures and subsidize his family. Mr. Pirate stroked the smooth little head of Pemberpa and said, I really didn't hurt you in vain. Because we are in such a good mood, let's speed up and kill a few orcs to celebrate. 10 days, 50 warrior souls. As expected of the task sent by the god of death, it is a bit difficult. Raise the pirate class to level 15 first, and it should give me a skill. I'm really looking forward to it. Everything has changed for the better. Who said that the dead are all bad people? Colleagues in hell are obviously very kind.